Hello, everybody. My name is Dara. This is Dear Hallmark, and this is your safe space where you can come in and we can chit chat about all things Hallmark Channel. Now, we've had a lot of guests come through the home of Dear Hallmark these past few weeks, you guys, but we have a special one today. You may have seen him in movies like Romance and Style, Sealed with a List, and most recently, we got to see him in the newest Hannah Swensen Mystery, One Bad Apple. Please welcome Daylin Willis. Daylin, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. That was such a fabulous introduction.
Well, thank you. Fabulous introduction for a fabulous individual. Now, let's get on to this icebreaker question. So, I'm toying between two. So, what
Okay.
I'm going to ask you right now is pick a number, either one or two.
I mean, three, like, give me both.
Give you both. Okay. First one, 2 weeks, all expense paid. Where are you going? Anywhere in the
Okay.
world.
Japan, easy.
No way. Why'd you pick Japan?
Yeah. I've never been, and I love the culture. I'm interested in it, and
Yeah.
I'd love to go. And I love Japanese food as well. So,
Oh, awesome. Awesome. What's your favorite type of Japanese food to eat? Like, what's your favorite thing?
well, I mean, I'm a foodie, so I will try anything twice. But I do know that in Japan, the food that they eat day to day is not like, the same kind of like sushi rolls that you would get here.
Yeah.
Um, I just had uni the other day for the first
Ooh,
time, and I'm gonna say that was really, really good. So I'd probably get that again.
what is umi?
It's like sea urchin.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, it's got a really strange texture. It like they put it over rice. Fabulous.
Whoa. What did it taste like? Like, what did it remind you of any type of thing, or did it have its own flavor, like
It's
its
got
own?
it's got kind of like like an umami flavor to it, but I
Yeah.
would say like the texture was the most interesting thing. It was almost like a paste, and
Mhm.
it's like an orange color. It's very, very interesting. Something I never had before, so I enjoyed that. So yeah, I would say Japan. I'd like if I could go anywhere, all expenses paid, fly me to Japan, let's shoot a movie there. That's what I'd
Yeah.
like to do.
Okay, next question. I love food, right? So I was gonna ask, what was the last really good meal that you've had recently?
Oh gosh, the last really good meal that I've had recently. Uh I think the last really good meal that I had recently was some barbecue. I went to this barbecue place out in Langley actually,
Hmm.
and it's called Texas Barbecue. And if you've ever
Hmm.
had like Southern barbecue, you know the vibe. So
Yeah,
that they did me well there.
yeah. That's barbecue. There's this place called Mission Barbecue, um, up here in the Northeast United States. That's really, really good. They have different types of barbecue sauce. So like they'll do like a sweet and spicy, or like more of like a
Mm,
tangy barbecue sauce too. So it's like all the flavors, all the
you
ranges.
get the range.
And then on top of that, you have all the different meats. So it's not like you have chicken, you have the ribs, you have the brisket, you have the sausage, the bit like it's oh my gosh, my mouth's watering so bad. But like it's
Yeah,
really, really good.
big brisket guy for sure. A big
Yeah.
brisket guy. If the brisket's good, then that means the burnt ends are good. So you in a good spot, you know?
I've never really had like authentic Southern barbecue. I really need to, I gotta go down south and have it. Cause normally
100%.
I like eating different things. Like I'm basic, like 2% milk. Like I'm mad basic at times, but like I also like to be adventurous when I can at the same
Uh-huh,
time.
uh-huh.
So it's like I do gotta go down south and try some like full on. Like oh I'm talking like not a chain restaurant, but like somebody's kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you know
Yeah.
somebody like cooked the food themselves.
They was out
And then
there
there's
smoking
certain
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. I'm trying to think, what was the last good, really, really good meal I've had? Gah, I don't know. I'm trying to not repeat the answer because I've asked this question before. It's one of my favorite questions to ask because I love food so much. So I'm trying to not repeat it, but okay. I found one. So there's this restaurant in my job, and it's called the Southern Exchange or Southern, what is it? Southern Cross Kitchen. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And I had this, it's again basic. It was a salad, but the shrimp that was in it was like spiced in a Cajun way. So it was
Uh-huh.
spicy. And then you had your avocado, your corn. So it was like Cajun meets Tex-Mex kind of
Okay.
flavors. And then instead of getting the salad dressing that normally came on it or came with it, I decided to do like this cilantro lime vinaigrette thing to kind of like bring out the flavors that are of the text. Like it, thinking about it again, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna get that soon. Like it's that tastes really, really
So you
good.
gotta run it back.
I gotta remember it's been a block.
That's
Um,
amazing.
okay, so let's get into Daylin Willis, the like 1.0. I'm talking like back in the beginning. So like
In the beginning.
in the beginning. So
In the
like
before four times.
yes, yes. So what like did you always see yourself growing up being an actor? Is this something that you've always wanted to do, or was it something that you realized later on in life?
I actually started acting when I was 2 years old. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's been a long the longest thing I've ever done, actually. So started
Wow.
acting when I was two. Yeah, I started doing commercials. My first commercial was like a Pampers commercial, I believe, or a Huggies commercial or
No
something.
way.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe someone can find it because I can't find it. But I guess we were like agents or something. Like it was like a Mission Impossible type of
Yeah.
ad, and for diapers. So
Yeah.
that was probably the first job I think I did, and then I kind of just took to it. I seen a lot of young children actors, and some of them are really fine on set and really happy to be around so many people and like to meet new people, and like they're just really happy babies, and that's kind of how I was. So I just kind of took to it and did it, and I did it for many years until I was in high school. And then I kind of stopped for a while. I wanted to focus on school, and I played basketball growing up, so I did that. I went to university, played basketball, and played went to had different jobs. And then I think I was probably 24 or 25. And I decided, what do you really want to do with your life and your time? And I looked at the skills that I had and the interests that I had, and acting kind of aligned with it, and it was something that I already had, you know, built a skill and a knowledge with. So I said, like why not
Mm.
give it the old college try, and like why not, see
Hmm.
how it works out, and it's been really fruitful, and I've been extremely blessed. And it's so fun. Like I love what I do.
Did you do it before you stopped in high school? Did you do it while you were in school? In the sense, like, was there a drama program in school that kept you acting, or were you doing it more so outside of school?
I
Like continuing with the commercials and things.
Right. I think if I would go back, I wish I would have been stronger on it because I played so much basketball that they kind of made me choose
Mm,
um, whether I wanted to, take theater essentially, or go to auditions, because I mean that just sucks so much time out of your day. And
yeah,
if I'm training 7 days a week, it just kind of overlapped, and I made a decision, and I played sports, which was great experience. But yeah, I wish I would have just fought through it and juggled both. I never really did that in high school.
yeah. Um, would you ever do theater, like any other types of performing arts, or do you see yourself more so staying in the TV and film area?
I would love to do theater. I have a deep respect for theater.
Yeah,
I did a little bit when I was younger,
yeah,
but I think it's a really big time commitment.
yeah,
Um, maybe at a different place in my career and a different place in my life, maybe that's something that I'll kind of go down that road. But for right now, it's definitely film focused.
yeah. Is there a certain thing that keeps you inspired to keep going now, whether it's a specific actor or even a specific film that you feel like may carry the motivation you have to continue acting now?
Oh, well, that's a really good question. I would say that most of my motivation comes from my community. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, I think the people around me, I do have, some really, really great friends of mine who are also in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the kind of the people that I look up to and commiserate with, and have them, challenge me, because those are the people that I know and I respect. Like I definitely, like I think my favorite actor probably Jim Carrey for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he's not someone who I would say motivates me to do what I do or love what I do. I
Mm-hmm.
think, my family and my community around me, or those are the things, like when I need to dig deep and find inspiration, or if I'm feeling lazy one day and I need to get up and go to the gym, or if I need to do my job or whatever it is. I think that's where I would find that inspiration. I don't know if there's a man or woman on TV that I
Mm-hmm.
find that from now.
That's awesome. How could you talk a little bit about like finding that community and what I, for lack of a better word, like the process of it, or just kind of you personally, what that looked like for you to make friends in the industry that were just as authentic and genuine as you are? Because I've heard tales of, the false hopes and the false friendships. So what was that journey like for you to kind of come to a point where you say, yo, yep, this is like, these are them, this is my community?
Wow, like some hard hitting questions here. Okay, cool, man. I like that. I know, I like that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I think, see if I can move you a little bit here. Um, I think that when I meet somebody, or even the relationships that I have now, or the relationships that I'm building, whether it's within work or outside of work, I try to interface them with, an ideal of empathy and unconditional love. Like that's kind of how that's my baseline. That's where I kind of start from. And so I try not to do anything like per condition. Like I really don't like the idea of like transactional relationships.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, like, I don't know you, you don't know
Mm-hmm.
me. This is the first time we're having a conversation. I want to do this because I wanted to do this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I really support what you're doing and I don't need anything out of it. Like I think the cool thing about that process for me is that the repercussions, or the fruit that I get from that, is that community that you're speaking of. The
Mm-hmm.
people that, you know, I ended up I end up wanting to be around and surrounding myself with, are because it's so easy to love them, and they're so easy to love me. I think that wherever you go, there's going to be a wide variety of characters, especially in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I try my best to be, an example of somebody who, I would want to look up to if I was a
Yeah.
kid. And
Yeah.
so if I can kind of come into a room with that energy, a lot of the time I feel like it's really easy to find those energies around me as well. And so I kind of just move from there, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because it's so interesting, like the different people that I've had a chance to talk with, hearing their different journeys throughout the industry, and just the like the what's the word? The English language is failing me today. The
Got
one
it.
thing I hear I hear repeated is like having a sense of self. So like having um identity, like knowing who you are, having
Yeah.
confidence, but also like having this village, having a community. And I think that's really cool that that is something that inspires you, that keeps you going, because you don't hear that a lot. So thank you for that answer. So how did your acting journey, when you went back into it, how did it lead you into Hallmark Land?
Yeah, I mean, I continued to do commercials for a few years, and
I'm
then
sorry, can we pause? Because every
yeah,
time I play Golden Girls on Hulu. Who do I see on a Dawn commercial rubbing a duck? With like, who do I see on but you? Literally, it's without fail. Every time I turn on the Golden Girls, they play that same exact. Dawn
Oh
commercial.
my
And
gosh.
I'm
Yeah.
like, he's up
They're
there.
running it. They're
I
running it.
I digress. Go ahead. I apologize. I
We
just
love
needed
it.
to
No,
say
that's
that.
hilarious.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
so
I'm sorry.
funny.
I'm sorry.
They were clowning me. They put my commercial. I did one, and they put it up on Bill Maher.
No way.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was hilarious.
Oh
It
man.
was good.
But I apologize.
Uh,
I interrupted you. I
no.
my apologies to the Academy and anyone listening or watching. Go
Hilarious. Yeah, I did commercials for a while, as you know.
ahead.
Uh, and then after, kind of yeah, I kind of just did more auditions for TV and film. So then I kind of just made that pivot, and Hallmark's taken me in, and just been able to work with so many brilliant people, so many brilliant casts and crew and directors. It's been amazing, and a great new chapter for my acting career.
Mhm.
Like I know can I met you, or I saw you for the first time, is I had just done Romance and Style.
We was gonna talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it.
Just
Go.
done that. We
Yes.
filmed that in Winnipeg, and like still one of my favorite, if not my favorite, movies to film, just because of the cast. Like, we
Yeah.
just bonded so well.
Yeah.
There's JC and Ben, Connie. So you had made a post about that movie, and you had said something to the effect, you're talking about Connie's character and my character, and you called it a two-piece and a biscuit. And I'm telling you, we sat there for hours. Oh, we were dying. Oh my goodness gracious. We changed. It was me, Georgia, Cadence, and Connie Manfredi, and we've got a group chat together, and we changed our three-person group chat to two-piece and a biscuit.
Oh my
Just honorary, because oh man, it was amazing, because we had so much fun filming that. And then you had just had this amazing review, and we're like, oh, dear Hallmark, we love you. We love you so much.
Oh
So
my gosh. Thank you so much for that. That's hilarious. No, y'all did y'all thing in that movie. Like I could hearing you talk about how much fun you guys had on set. It was so evident. That movie is brilliant. That movie is so much fun, and it did what it intended to do. Like it's just I mean, I ain't gotta say
we're,
nothing. I mean,
yeah,
if y'all haven't seen it yet, I don't know what you're doing. You need to go out and watch Romance and Style because this movie is brilliant. I apologize again for interrupting you.
oh no, go off, pop off. I'm with you there.
That movie is just it's great. And then on the like you do Sealed with a List, which is another one of like my favorites. So can we talk
Sealed with
about
a
that
List
one?
was amazing too. That, again, phenomenal cast. And yeah, that was so much fun.
Where did you film that one?
Sealed with a List. We filmed that in Vancouver.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
bet.
just outside of Vancouver.
And so, most recently, as I said in the intro, you did Hannah Swensen One Bad Apple, which
Yes.
is the fourth in this kind of new Hannah Swensen kind of like revived franchise they're doing because it used to be Murder She Baked and then they kind of
Yeah,
pivoted and
yeah.
changed it to Hannah Swensen. And so we had Sweet
Mhm.
Revenge, then it was Carrot Cake or Zest for Death, then it was Carrot Cake, one or the other. And then now we have One Bad Apple. So, can you
Yes,
tell us a
yes.
little bit your experience about filming for a mystery versus filming for kind of a non-mystery, if you will, and just kind of your experiences with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It was a cool call to get. Um, it's kind of one of the first time that I get to like reoccur in a movie series, so that's been
Yeah.
really fun. And we started off as a deputy. I was suited and booted, and that was it was fun because you get to play a little bit more serious in a world that is, pretty light, and
Yeah.
so it's it, again, it makes it really easy when you work with such talented cast, like
Hmm.
they like Allison's been doing this since she was yay high, and she's a vet, and so her eye and her vision for scenes, it just makes my life so easy. And at the time, I was working with Cameron
Hmm.
because he was the detective, and
Hmm.
he was lovely too. Like it was a great transition. The world of Hallmark in general just is a really easy set to sit on.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
showed up to my wardrobe, and I was, for this next one bad apple, I showed up to my wardrobe and I was ready, and I said, okay, so sweet, another deputy Lonnie, super excited. And wardrobe's like, oh no, we've got a whole new outfit for you. And then I found out that I, got a little bit of promotion. So that was pretty cool to get to play the detective. That that was a dream come true. Honestly, it's super exciting.
Talk about that more from Lonnie's perspective, because this is in One Bad Apple. It's like his first case as detective. So, how do
Yeah,
you feel like Lonnie feels in this instance, going from deputy to detective? Because I feel like the audience could see it a little bit, but I would love for you to expound on it, playing the character.
yeah. I mean, he's a young detective, just really honestly trying to do his best. He doesn't want to mess up this case. It
Hmm.
was kind of this job was sprung on him. And so it was yeah, it was kind of a situation for Lonnie where he had to really come in clutch, and I think that really solidified his bond with Hannah. Them working together and being able to figure out what happens.
What is it you would say you love the most about playing
I'm
Detective
trying not to make
Lonnie?
like any spoilers. I'm trying to make my
Wait,
best.
spoilers in the sense of that there's something else coming.
No, I mean in this movie, it's something else coming.
Oh,
Who knows? Who knows, right?
what I'm saying. So, like, where do you, okay, so I'm trying to think, do I want to ask, I won't ask that question then. So then what do you love the most about playing Detective Lonnie? Like
You know what?
what do you enjoy the
Here's
most?
what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. What I like the most about playing Detective Lonnie, as now a detective, is all the different fits. Um, and the dialogue is just a little bit more juicy. The scenes are just a little bit more. They're just fun.
Yeah.
But I will say what I'm excited for, to see kind of flourish, is the relationship between Lonnie and Michelle.
I was
That's
gonna talk about that. Let's get into it.
that's what I feel like in One Bad Apple. I really feel like I wanted more of.
Yeah. Yeah, that, well, actually, I'm going to ask the question. So then what do you see further down the line for Detective Lonnie as we get to know him now as detective? Is that something, his relationship with Michelle, like, is that something that you see in kind of like a couple movies down the
I do know
line?
that for Lonnie, he's really work focused. Again, he wants
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that he can hold down Lake Eden with the best of his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with that said, I know he's super fancy for Michelle, so I'm sure that's. I mean, who's to say what happens next? But I see good things for their future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do, from what I've heard, One Bad Apple was one that Allison wrote herself. So
Yes.
what
Yes.
what was that like, working with that script that she wrote herself and having her right there, and she wrote it? Like, what was that like, what was
I
that
mean,
experience
she
like?
already produces. She already
Hmm.
produces, so she's already kind of there, like that, anyways. But the fact that she wrote it herself, it kind of just you just want to honor it.
Yeah.
It was such a great script, and it was the first one that she had done. Um, and I think, I mean, my favorite thing, apart obviously from my promotion personally, was Barbara Niven plays Dolores,
Ah,
and
love her.
Dolores in this one is so funny and so adorable, so adorable. So I really, I thought this was just the best one. Like the script was just, it just kind of flew off the page, and right, it just kind of just flew off the page. So yeah, I hope we can move forward from there, because I don't know where you go. Like, it was great. Yeah,
Speaking of
she's a
Barbara
lovely writer.
Niven, were you on an episode of Chesapeake Shores?
I was indeed.
I thought about that. What can you remind us of the episode? Do you remember the episode that you played on?
Oh, so a while ago. I was there. I was quick. It was a quick episode. I played the brother to, oh, what was her character's name? Um, oh my gosh. I don't remember I don't remember the family name. I don't you
Were you the brother to the young lady who was dating Connor?
Yes,
That
yes, yes,
was
yes, yes, yes.
And so
Yes.
when Connor had to go to over to
To the
yes,
family
to meet the
dinner. Yeah,
family.
that's right.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I
That
was
was
there
a
real quick.
funny scene. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
funny scene. That was
Yeah.
that's really cool. What was your first experience with Hallmark in terms of the first thing that you did for Hallmark?
I did a signed seal delivered.
Yes, from the heart, I think
Yeah,
is what
and
it's
that
called.
was years ago, and I played like a male guy. I played, it was pretty much a background. I was playing in like uh BG. Like, I was in the
Yeah.
background, one scene, in and out. That was it. That was my first one. That was many moons ago, though.
Many moons. So
Yeah.
what is it? And you may have touched on this, but of course we like crock pot answers here. We like to just simmer and cook and just get all in it. So can you tell us what it is you love the most about being in the Hallmark universe, in the Hallmark roster? Just kind of like, do you foresee yourself like you live and die on this hill? Like how do you you know what I mean? Like how has your experience been, and what do you hope it will be as you continue to move forward through Hallmark Land?
Again, big questions. Big questions. I guess when it comes to Hallmark, like I said before, I just feel so blessed to be involved, you know, to begin with. When I was doing commercials, and that was my career, I was very happy and content with that. Now that we've moved into the Hallmark sphere, like, I love it. I can't really call what happens next, but again, like, I really just try to move with that empathy and love, and like you said, confidence, know your worth, and have fun. Like, I really, maximum effort, minimum attachment, and let God do the rest. Like, I really don't.
Wow.
I That's it. Like, I don't know what happens, whether it's, I go into theater, or I'm on the big screen, or I stay Hallmark forever. Like, that I couldn't tell you, but I love what I do. Um and until that changes, I don't think anything will change.
Maximum effort, minimum attachment, and let God do the rest. That's preach. That needs to be on a shirt, mug, a piece of stationery. That's so
We'll get
interesting.
hats made.
We got that's really interesting. Because again, I think about other people that I've talked with who, their journey led them into Hallmark land. And just thinking, even my own journey, for lack of better words,
Yeah.
like how I came in through the window, not really like through the front door, but
Yeah. You're like,
with
hey.
right, like let me peek through the blinds, like, but it's just so cool watching you guys do what you love, because then we see it, and I feel like we get to, it makes movies better for us when we see that you're genuinely loving what you're doing and having fun with what you're doing. Like I said with one of the Hallmark blockbuster films, Romance and Style, like we could see that you guys were having so much fun because of just the excellence that came out of that movie and how great that movie was. So, man, man, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, that I appreciate Hallmark for even being a space where someone like me could even do this, and to watch the movies, talk with the people. I find it a great blessing. A
It
great
is a
blessing.
blessing. I'm
Absolutely.
100%. I mean, there was, I think, for sure there was a time where there might have not been a space for people like us in this
Mm-hmm.
place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the case anymore, which
Mm-hmm.
is a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Daylin Willis, thank you so much, sir, for coming into the home of Dear Hallmark. It's been a pleasure having you. Before I let you go, though,
Yeah.
I want to give you the opportunity to just say whatever it is you want to say. You could talk about Japan. You could talk about umami flavored stuff. It's your moment to say whatever it is you want to say to our listeners and to the watchers. So I'll give you this moment.
Uh love you. You are just a light. And
Thank you.
for the listeners, keep subscribing. Shout out Dear Hallmark. This is the spot. Like this was so much fun to sit here with you, and have you, kind of pick my brain a little bit. Like really, no, I wasn't sure what you're gonna say, and this was so fun. You're so lovely. This was so great.
I told you it was a bunch of shenanigans. I told you. It's just,
Shenanigans. You were right. You nailed that. That's exactly what this was. This was
I
shenanigans.
told you it's a bunch of shenanigans. I just genuinely like to get to know people, connect with people, talk with people. Like, so I thank you for just letting me be myself and all that that entails. So,
Likewise, you hold
yes.
such a beautiful space. Like it's easy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, where can people find you on social media if they want to find you? Yeah,
Social
I said
media,
that twice.
Daylin S. Willis. That's where you'll find me.
On all platforms.
All platforms.
Bet.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, you heard it here first. His name is Daylin. I'm Dara. This is Dear Hallmark, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Ciao, my friends.